Welcome to the Zen Brain Podcast, where we explore alternatives to psychiatric medication and strategies for conscious lifestyle change. Here's your host and philosophical entertainer, Michael Pierce. Michael Pierce.
Hello all. Today we're going to talk about a mental precept that is, you can watch your mind in action. So a lot of you right off probably thought, oh, that sounds a lot like meditation, which it really is. But this particular, I'm going to talk about just with something to experiment with, a type of meditation that has no technique. One of the easiest ways to get into a meditation for me is to just watch my breath and try to focus all my attention on that. But here's a couple things to try that are not even that. Don't even have to do that. Try just sitting down and doing nothing. Just sit. And just sit and just see what happens. And see if you can just have nothing. Just try it for a while. It may take a minute to rest enough, but just sit and do nothing and see if you start to feel anxious, if you start to want to try to think of your to-do list, or think about all the problems that you've got to work on, or how that relationship is going. Depending on where you're at, it's going to be how chaotic it is. But don't even try to work on clearing that out and emptying your mind. Just sit and allow yourself to relax enough that when those thoughts come in, that you're watching them. You're just like, huh. And don't judge it or figure it out. Let it go. Just let them in too. Don't try to push out the thoughts. Let the thoughts in. Let the feelings in. Just try to just sit and do nothing. Now, this is another thing you can do with this exercise, and this might even be, it's a little harder, but it might be easier to do, is eye gaze with someone else. So stare at somebody in the eyes. And especially if you don't know this person very well, you're going to get some feelings and thoughts, and it's going to be uncomfortable. And that's perfect. And you're not trying to do anything. You're just looking in the eyes. I usually look at the right eye, and if I'm working with somebody else who's never done it, I would tell them to look in my right eye, and you just focus on the eyes. And of course, you feel a little exposed at first, but do the same exercise. Do that and just stay there. Just stay in that space. And notice what happens. Notice the feelings, notice the thoughts, but don't do anything. Now, if you've never done this, this is a really powerful exercise, because when you get the realization that all that activity that is going on is something you're observing, then a part of you is going to go, oh, well, who's watching? Who's watching? And spirit watches. And the mind you can observe. So that's this week's mental principle. I invite you to experiment with doing nothing.